He's sleeping. Let's play. Let's play. No, you can move. Just like the others. You can move. No one wants to play with me. Let's play. I hide, you fight. I hide, you fight. You hide, I hide, you fight, I fight, you hide. Oh my God. Oh my God. Girl. Another one. He got you. I can't handle this. I need a fucking cigarette. Just a second, girl. Just a second. I left one here. Yes. Yeah, not again. Oh, God. I got you real bad, didn't it? Let me take a look at you. Always the pretty one. Girl, here's the deal. He got you. It's not going to be easy. I don't think you're going to escape alive. I'm sorry, but I don't think. I won't help you. No. The last time I did, he got me locked for 3 years. Do you know how it feels like? 3 fucking years. No, baby. I'm not going to let this happen again. I'm so sorry. I hate bringing bad news to people, but maybe if you have a little bit of time, he's sleeping now. The crazy one may help you. But what is oh. I believe you met the kid. He's a little crazy, but he's harmless. Not like the other one. You don't want to meet the other one, baby. Oh. You drank the whole glass. That's why you're like this. Can move. Can do a shit. Well, baby. Do you believe in God? I'm free. I'm so sorry. Not again. Not again. Oh my God. This is my body. My body, not theirs. Oh my God, I can't take this anymore. I'm gonna help you. You can move. Damn it! I'm gonna help you. Can you blink? Yes, you can blink, okay. One blink for yes and two for no, okay? Alright. Can you understand me? Okay. We need to find the key. We need to find the key to get out of here. I'm gonna carry you all the way. Do you know where the key is? You know. Okay. It's here. It's here. Blink! It's here. Where is it? It's here. It's here. It's here. I'm gonna save you. I'm gonna carry you all the way. He's not going to need this. See? We're free. I'm gonna carry you. My apologies. Just in time. It's a little bit cold here. I'm gonna close. Much more comfortable, isn't it? Can you give me 1 minute just to okay. All right. Much better. Sorry. They are all excited to meet you. The same as I, of course. See, my name is Hector. Yes. I'm gonna take care of you. Don't worry. Oh my God, you're so beautiful. See, I work at the police, so it was easy to find you. You're just like the others. So precious. Do you want to get out, isn't it? I don't think it's going to work. I have a little surprise for you.
Good afternoon, dear subjects of the Mushroom Kingdom. Oh, what a wonderful sunny day it is. Hello there, Mr. Sun. Oh, you look a bit grumpy, Mr. Sun. Is it because Miss Moon is waiting and you won't get to shine on her face for another week? Let us all just be happy that there isn't a cloud in the sky on this glorious day. Except for that one over there. It's about the turtle throwing what looks like biological waste out all over the kingdom. Someone's going to call the EPA on you, Mr. Turtle. Now, I am... Oh, hello there, Captain Toad. You look a little anxious. You need to speak with me. I'm in the middle of a little speech, so I'll be with you in 1 minute. It's rather pressing, you say. Well, I'll make it quick. I'm sure you don't want the entire kingdom waiting while we shoot the breeze, Captain Toad. You're Yellow Toad, not Captain Toad. Not to poo-poo on your sense of identity, but you're all slightly identical. Now, I am delighted. Oh, Princess Daisy. So nice to see you showing your face at my monthly royal address. Oh, you made it this one time. Now, I am delighted to announce that we will be hosting a party for the whole of Toad Town at Mushroom Castle this very evening. Everyone is invited! Yay! Everyone except Bowser, of course. We will begin preparations immediately. Please, tell your friends and neighbors about the party. And please, bring nothing more than your appetite and your good spirits. Live luck to heaven. I wish they'd bring me some actual good spirit. I could use a fucking drink after that nauseating crap. Don't even know what I ever did to be in charge of the fucking fungus province. Yellow Toad! What did you want? Really? You were going to interrupt my public address to tell me your pay is late? You are an abject coward, and yet you have the guts to stand up to the princess in front of the entire population to complain about industrial matters? All right, Mr. Toadstool, how about this? You go and fix me some afternoon tea, I'll get out the checkbook. Pardon, my little darling? What would I like for my afternoon tea? How about a cheese and mushroom pizza? Spinach and mushroom crepes? Chicken and mushroom lasagna? Mushroom omelets? Or my favorite, stuffed mushrooms? That's right, you little twerp. Run away! Ah, Daisy, my favorite illegitimate monarch. Haven't returned to Sarasaland yet. The only non-place in the entire universe that's even more depressing than the bloody Mushroom Kingdom. What do you want? Oh, of course you're upset with me. All you ever do is swan around, showing off that dress and developing grudges. What the hell did I do to put a pin in your stupid bonnet this time? Luigi. Why would I sleep with Luigi? Cookie bastard is hardly the kind of guy a real princess would go for. Oh my. Where'd you get that? RedTube.com. The double-crossing bastard. He said it was a recording. I'm gonna cut off his balls for this. Okay, Daisy. I shot him. But there's a good reason. I am a princess, the sole leader of an entire kingdom. Every week, I am kidnapped by an overweight dinosaur with breath like a dead skunk's rotten asshole, and my entire defense force is comprised of one short, fat, mustached plumber with no military training or experience. He and his brother are the only human males around here, and damn it, I have my needs. Needs which toadstool people and turtles cannot fulfill. And believe me, I have tried. At least Luigi has a 5 out of 10 body and spends less time in the sewers than Mario. Anyway, Daisy, I told you 6 months ago I wanted you to get Link away from that bitch Zelda. Bring him to me and I'll stop stooping your crush. Now scram. I have a party to organize and my stuff are all spores. Speak of the devil. Which one are you? Are you Toad? Good. What do you have to report? A present from the Koopas, you say. This wouldn't happen to be about the size of a small house, would it? Toad. Do you remember the birthday cake the Koopas sent last year? You let it into the castle, didn't you? And what was it that happened? That's right. Bowser was inside and I got kidnapped. I gave you a copy copy of the Iliad after that, and yet you're still letting me throw your fucking birthday presents? Put it in the furnace, or I will saute you and make sure that eat you in front of your children. Oh, Mario! I swear, that wasn't me! Bloody Japanese hentai porn are always using my image. No respect for the International Convention of Intellectual Property. What if you're not here about that? What are you doing in my drawing room? You want to get married? Me? To you? Honest to God, why is everybody bringing the crazy to me today? Who's spiked that I'm drinking water? Oh, hang on, Mary, I'm buzzing. Hello? Daddy, what a surprise! Mary's here? I hope you don't mind him seeing with the cell. Oh, okay. I'll ask him to step out for a moment. Mario, fuck off. To what do you displeasure, Daddy? What do you mean? I haven't spoken to them in months. Forbes magazine published my net worth. That explains a lot. What did they say it was? $1 billion? You told me I had 200K in a trust account. Are you telling me I'm worth 5,000 times that amount? I told you I didn't speak to anyone. Oh, I know what happened here. Someone's leaked your finances and you are trying to turn it around on me to deflect the fact that you were trying to steal 99.98% of my wealth. You thieving old bastard. When I turn 18, I'm going to utterly destroy you. And yes, I may have a cute ass, but I can do basic mathematics in my head.
Hey sister, how you doing? It's my train. My subway train. I'm captain of this train. This chair here, it's my chair. It's my favorite chair in the whole train. I sit right here in the middle so I can see both ends. I was sitting here just yesterday. I got nice and comfortable. I got so nice and comfortable that I wet my pants. Piss was running down through my curly hairs, right down to my crusty underwear. Made a little puddle. Made a kind of soup out of myself. I got all the ingredients right stuck on me. Smeared dog food, left over from breakfast. Rat blood, some rat got stomped. Chinaman snot, ain't got no respect, laying down on the ground. They hit you. Trying to get some rest, all that stuff kind of boils, making the soup. I sat in it for a while, got all cold. Wasn't comfortable no more. So I got up and I went to the other end of the train. It's all right. It's all right. It dries. It's dry. Ain't nothing left there but molecules. Can't even see them. You know why you can't see them? Because this guy walks in the train. Frank, the businessman, wearing a camera head coat, carrying a briefcase. He sat right in those molecules, didn't bother him in the least. He was rushing home. Gotta rush home, watch the evening news, gotta find out what's going on in this world. He was rushing home, gotta rush home, watch the evening news, gotta see what's going on in this world, can't see with his own eyes, gotta see it through a TV set. He He goes to his condominium, takes off his camel hair coat, throws on the couch, and swoosh! One of my molecules goes right down his throat. He didn't feel it. He didn't feel it at first, but he will, cause my shit is strong. It's gonna bubble and boil. It's gonna mutate and go down deep inside of Frank. It's gonna make a change in Frank. It's gonna change his lifestyle. Those molecules are gonna start spinning inside of Frank's brain. He's gonna start doing shit that he's never done before. You see, cause Frank has been infected. He's been affected by the disease. Disease of fear. And that fear is gonna eat him from his asshole to his brain. When those molecules are done with Frank, they're gonna jump to the next guy. And the next guy. And the next guy. And the next guy. See, cause we're all infected. We're all on the same train. Nobody gets off this train. Nobody gets off this train.
Life is too long. Death comes too fast. Two lights. One light the tunnel. I was alone. I was afraid. Unable to face to understand afraid to let elementary, high school, college, work, all of it, invisible. Aren't we all? No. Kills you inside. Love? Is it? Never loved. One beat. Heartbeat. Air. Comfort. Peace. Perfection. A love. Was it? So I turned to something. Something soothing. Anything. One shot. One drink, one joint, one line, one hit, one brick. I'm bleeding. Kills you inside. Hello? Was it? I need you. Too late, but too soon. No problems. Stuck in the habit, the need. I need it. I need you. If only life was fair. If only she could care enough to see no humanity, no compassion. Snap. Depression, bipolar disorder, the doctor's order, Blue pills, pink pills, yellow pills, black pills. Kills you inside. A love? What is it? Snap, relapse, collapse, synapse, attacks, veins, pains. Heartbeat. 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 Weight. Indescribable weight. Breathe. 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 Air. A love. Was it? If only. Nobody cares. Alone. I want to be alone. Leave me alone! No, wait. I don't want to be alone. I don't want to be alone. I don't. A light. A light. A smile. A smile. To me. To who? To him. Not me. Nothing. Snap the need. No. Solitude. Sweet darkness. I'd rather not see, not stare, not care, not be. Tired. Exhausted. Prick. No, bleed. Bliss. Reality is more. I need more. I need you. More money. More money. No money. Not funny. At the end of it all, 2 lights, the sound of the rails. One light. Gone. Darkness. I needed if only.
I knowed she was trouble as soon as she came through the door. She couldn't have been a day over 16 and had to have been at least 7 months along. Sashaying in without a speck of decency. No shame at all in the way her short dress stretched across her round belly. She didn't even try to hide it. Not to mention all that eye makeup, Lord, she looked like a raccoon. I was watching her from back in the kitchen, where I'd stepped to sneak a quick puff off my menthol. She walked up to the counter, climbed onto a stool, no regard for the fact that her behind was barely covered as she hitched her leg onto the seat. I made a mental note to get the Lysol out after she left. Back in my day, when I was 16, 1966, you found yourself in that condition, you kept yourself at home or went to visit an aunt in Kentucky. You didn't flaunt the situation in a hot pink sundress. I took a final puff, stubbed it out, pushed through the doors and said, "What can I get you?" Without looking up, she said, "Glass of milk and an order of onion rings." I wasn't one bit surprised by her lack of respect. As I went back into the kitchen, I saw out of the corner of my eye she was counting her change. After I put her onion rings in the deep fryer, I snuck another look to make sure she wasn't stealing a salt shaker or the napkin holder. I could just imagine her poor mama worrying herself sick over her unborn grandchild while her daughter's out looking for ways to steal onion rings and, by the way she was dressed, a sugar daddy. When I handed Miss Press her onion rings, glass of milk, and said, "Here you go," she still didn't look at me. I felt the hairs on the back of my neck stand straight up. I was going to make her look me in the eye at least once. It wouldn't kill her to show little respect to her elders. "Ketchup?" I barked, and that worked. She looked at me. I noticed right away what I'd mistaken for too much eye makeup was bruises that were starting to fade. I didn't have to look twice to make sure, because Lord knows I'd seen them same eyes staring back at me from my own mirror. I felt a tightness creep across my chest. Looking at her face was like looking at a ghost from my past. She saw my expression and exclaimed, "Oh, Lord, don't I look a sight? I ran right into my bedroom door a couple nights ago." I'd hate to see the door that does that to a person, was all I could think of to say. She looked back down at the counter, and I realized what I'd taken for lack of respect was plain old-fashioned shame, pure and simple. "My name is Millie." I held out my hand, and she took it, her grip surprisingly strong. "I'm Tipsy. My name is Tipsy. Nice to meet you." Before I had time to stop myself, I said, "What kind of name is Tipsy?" "One that usually needs to be repeated a couple of times before people believe it's my real name. My mama, she's a real cut-up." I wondered what kind of woman would name her kid Tipsy. "Where is your mama?" "I thought she was going to be here. I called her boyfriend, and he said she went down to Mobile with one of his buddies for a week or two." While I pondered that, she gulped down her milk and cleaned her plate till there wasn't a crumb on it. Poor kid, must have been starving. "You have any other family?" "I have a sister. She left last week to go to California." "Why didn't you go with her?" "We wasn't invited." "Honey, she just up and left you." "She left me a box of her clothes, seeing as how none of mine would fit me anymore." "What about your, I didn't know what to call the fella who was partly responsible for her predicament, so I gave up, pointed towards her belly. She touched her right eye gingerly and said, "Oh, he wasn't who I thought he was. My baby deserves better." "So do you." I'd never been so wrong about a person in my life, if you don't count Raylan. I felt another flutter in my chest, but this felt like something coming loose instead of tightening up. Maybe this is what they mean when they say something tugs at your heartstrings. "Where are you staying?" "I have a friend. She's letting me stay in her room till her parents get back from vacation." What are you gonna do when they get home? That's when the cook shouted, "Order up!" So I didn't get to hear an answer if there even was one. I picked up the order, took it over to Shelby Jean at table 4, my mind racing. Had Tipsy seen a doctor? Was she planning on keeping her child, even if she wanted to? How could she? Was she in school? Did she want to be? Did her ignorant, selfish mama even know that her baby girl was pregnant? And sitting at my counter, half starved and beaten black and blue? My racing mind came to a halt when Shelby Jean nudged me with her empty iced tea glass. As I refilled it, I saw her beady eyes staring at Tipsy. I realized she was seeing Tipsy the same way I had when she first came through the door. She saw a piece of white trash and tacky, tight dress looking for trouble. But we couldn't have been more wrong. What I saw now was a lost little girl paying for the stupidity of others, someone who just wanted to be loved like everyone else, but who went looking for it in the wrong place. I saw me 30 years earlier standing with Raylan in front of the Justice of the Peace. My husband, Raylan, he died a couple years ago when his heart gave out. He was a real piece of work. He left my face like Tipsy's more times than I could remember. Nobody ever knew the real Raylan. He could charm the skin off a snake. Yep, he was a sneaky one, and he could talk you into anything. I don't know, he talked me into marrying him the day I turned 16. Had my mama's signature on the marriage license before he even proposed to me. Shelby Jean poked me with her straw. "She giving you trouble?" I looked at her sour face and her new updo. "Trouble? Oh, Lord, no. That's Tipsy. She might start working here some." Shelby Jean almost spit out a piece of her Frito chili pie. "Millie, still picking up puppies off the side of the road? Raylan always said you was too tender-hearted." It took every ounce of willpower not to douse her new updo with my pitcher of sweet tea. If I want to hire extra help, it's nobody's business but mine. Raylan can go to hell. Oh, wait, he's already there. I walked back over to the counter and patted Tipsy's hand. "I have an extra room upstairs rent-free. We open at 5 a.m. for breakfast. Of course, you can help with the dinner crowd. When the baby comes, you'll need some time to recover. We could put a crib in my office. You'll get 3 meals a day. The high school is within walking distance, and the health clinic is right around the corner there. Can you start tomorrow?" I knew I was being extra pushy, but I was afraid she'd chicken out. Sometimes it's harder to accept kindness from people than it is to accept meanness. I watched a tear roll down her cheek and she said, "But why, you don't even know me." I took her by the shoulders so she could see me, really see me. "Oh, honey, yes, I do."
Last night I dreamt the world was ending. I was on a high-rise building and the foundations were crumbling and the nukes were heading towards us. And I could hear people crying and sirens and people rushing for cover and panic. And the weirdest thing about it all was that despite everything about this dream suggesting that it wasn't a dream, that it was a nightmare, I felt completely calm and at peace. Simply looked up at that grey sky, saw the missiles heading towards us, and accepted that I was going to die that day. That I was meant to die on that roof, that was some sort of divine destiny, and who am I arguing with that? So, after a brief contemplation of my life, the loved ones that I hold close, I felt the sadness begin to creep in. So, closed my eyes, dropped to my knees and braced for impact. And after the explosions and the crashing subsided and the rubble began to settle over my eyes, and I realised that I'd survived. I felt too many emotions, too much regret at my young age for things that I've not done, and all that amounts to a great tendency to be bored. To refuse the mundane day-to-day life. The thought of trapping myself in that for the rest of my adult life, it scares me so much, it's not worth my pride or my fear. And I'm not trying to turn this into some sort of poetic metaphor or give it a deeper reason. The catalyst was simple. I turned 23 and I demanded more from my life. On life. And I'm still learning stuff about myself. Every day. Maybe more so now actually than in my 20s. Like the other week I came to the realisation that my favourite flavour of ice cream is chocolate. After years of thinking, oh, what a stupid question, and coming up with answers on the spot, it's chocolate. It's definitely chocolate. And I don't think I'm meant to understand myself. Not really. But there are some things that have came to realisation in the past year. Firstly, there's no life without observation. Sometimes the bad parts of life are just good parts that are hidden. It's not till you look back in observation that you can begin to connect the dots. Secondly, when a man stops becoming affectionate towards you, he becomes pointless. I lost my emotional attachment to him, and without it, he just seemed so ordinary. It was my love and my affection that made him seem so special. Thirdly, never give up on something that you can't spend a day not thinking about. Then always ask for what you want. You'll be surprised at where it gets you. The flower doesn't dream of the bee. It blossoms and it comes. Smooth seas don't make skilled sailors, and I am only human. And I don't know what all this means in the grand scheme of things, or if there's some sort of predetermined path in life that I'm supposed to be on. But what I do know is, I don't listen to sad songs and cry anymore. I listen, and I'm at peace. And this too shall pass.
I didn't know it was going to be this hard. It's been 10 years. We named our daughter Ellie. My wife and I were watching this French movie, and there was a character in the movie named Ellie. And when the movie was over, my wife said to me, "If we ever have a daughter, let's name her Ellie." And I said, of course. I love that name. My wife and I had trouble having kids. And after 12 years of marriage, we decided to adopt. And that's how we got Jake. And 2 years later, we got Darren. My wife was in the delivery room for both of the boys, and we got to take them home from the hospital. But it was different with Ellie. She was in foster care. She was in foster care from 5 months to 13 months, and that's when we met her. She was born with a liver disorder called biliary atresia, and her birth mom wasn't taking care of her, so the courts took her away and put her in foster care. And then at 13 months, we got to take her home, but her birth mom still had some legal rights, so my wife had to do visitations. And it was hard. I just don't understand why some people can just get pregnant and have babies. And they don't even realize what people like me and my wife go through. Anyway, when our social worker initially called us, she told us about biliary atresia. And if you're born with biliary atresia, you have to have a liver transplant. So we knew it was going to happen eventually. And after about 2.5 years, we got a call from UCLA Medical Center. That's where she had all her doctor's appointments, and that's where they were going to do the liver transplant. So I took her in. My wife stayed home with the boys. And I got her to UCLA, and they prepped her. Sorry. The surgery took about 15 hours. And by that time, my wife was there with me. And when the surgery is over, they called us and they said, the liver didn't take. And they gave us a choice. They said we could come in and say goodbye to her, or they could look for another liver. And we said, look for another liver. You gotta find a liver for my baby. And less than a day later, they found another liver. They did the transplant. And everything was fine. At least we thought everything was fine. For about 2.5 months, I lived at the hospital. I was there for about 4 days. My wife was there for 3. We would take turns being with Ellie and take turns being with the boys. My wife and I would just pass in the night when it was time to switch roles. And then after about 2.5 months, the doctors came to us and they said she needs a third transplant. They found another liver. They did the third transplant. And 2 weeks later, she died.
Oh, hey. Yeah. Cheers. Yes, I'm having another one. Shut up. God, I hate it here. This town, this neighborhood, this house, the house I grew up in, my childhood home. Although I probably hate it for reasons different than most people hate the house they grew up in. I had a really good childhood. You know, there's the occasional thing I bring up with my therapist every now and then, but other than that, it was a happy one. I was a very happy kid. I was really good at being a kid. Need a place for tag? Oh, I knew the best hiding spots in town. You bored? Oh, my imagination was fearless. Were you sad? I knew all the best fart jokes. And I would literally slip on a banana peel to make you feel better. Which made me feel better. I was really good at making people feel better. I was really good at being a kid. But, you know, fart jokes and hiding spots don't really translate very well to the corporate world. God, it's such a shame that we have to grow old. Isn't it? Like, we're given this tiny sliver of time where we get to look at the world through unjaded eyes and just take it all in. Let it sink in. And we get to look at the little insignificant moments and things, and we get to find the beauty in ordinary things. And it sucks. Because it's not until you get older that you realize those are not the insignificant things. Those are the extraordinary. But we don't know that when we're little. We just think that, you know, clouds look like bunnies. And we think that a hug from mom and dad will fix anything. Oh, God, you know, kids just get it, man. Like, they'll try stuff, and if they fail, it doesn't matter. They'll just try something new. But as a grown-up, if you try something and you fail, you're a loser, or the black sheep of the family, or you get told to grow up. I hate when people say that to kids. Like, what good has growing up ever gotten you? Truly. Bills? A weird knee click when you go up and down the stairs? Death? When people grow up, they forget about that part of themselves that looked at the ordinary and saw something extraordinary. They forget about the bunnies and the clouds. Do you ever think about how your younger self would look at your older self? Like who you are now and what they think about them? Because I sure do. I think about it a lot. Too much. All the time. I don't think she'd like me very much. I think she'd be sad that we don't use our fearless imagination anymore. Instead, we just drink it away. I think she'd be mad that we don't we don't see the bunnies in the clouds anymore. And we don't get fascinated by splashing in puddles. And I think she would grab my face in her tiny, dirty, Band-Aid ridden little hands. And she would say sorry for things she had done, people she trusted, who made us who we are today. Because it wasn't our fault. She'd ask for forgiveness, but it wasn't our fault. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm drunk. That's what this place does to me. That's why I don't like coming around, but given the circumstance. You know, just because we grow old doesn't mean we have to grow up. Do you want to hear a fart joke?